married life can either be a total dream or a complete disaster. From Larissa and Colt's messy relationship that ended with arrests,
Be deported. I just scratched him because he was hurting me. As you see, I'm really hurt, but he called the police first.
to Jasmine and Gino's wild ride into an open marriage,
I've been thinking about this open marriage concept for a good amount of weeks.
here's what happened to every 90 Day Fiancé couple who got married, starting with Aaliyah and Sean, who first appeared in Love in Paradise Season 4. Sean is a 62-year-old man who identifies as homosexual and met a 25-year-old man named Douglas during the pandemic, and the two quickly formed a connection. But after months of talking online, they eventually met in person and became a couple. However, as their relationship went on, Douglas began transitioning into a woman, later changing her name to Aaliyah, something that eventually became a major setback in their relationship.
Everything's a different playing field. There is no more Douglas.
And since Sean originally fell in love with Aaliyah back when she was still Douglas, their relationship started to get rocky, especially because Sean had a habit of dead-naming her.
It's not something that I want to continue bringing to all the conversation that we have or with people.
Obviously, Angela knows about my relationship with Douglas, and so that
We
word
don't need
came
to use
up.
the name.
So what do you want people to say?
Don't use the name.
So
This left fans questioning if Sean was truly in love with Aaliyah, with some pointing out that he's not in love with her. He was in love with Douglas, not Aaliyah. And Sean needs to find a guy who isn't transitioning. Despite Sean and Aaliyah's rough chemistry, the two eventually got married, but it quickly turned into one of the worst wedding experiences on the show after Aaliyah showed up almost 2 hours late.
I've been waiting to go for an hour and 45 minutes. I don't give a
You look very handsome.
And to make things worse, Sean even insulted her during his wedding speech.
for coming. Aaliyah, hey, thanks for coming too. Hey, so finally coming. You got around to it. All right, cheers, bye.
And after the wedding, Sean went on honeymoon without Aaliyah, and she admitted that Sean left her for a month to go to the Dominican Republic because he was mad at her about the unfavorable way their wedding went down. Following this, they even revealed that they were in an open marriage.
So do you both have an open marriage or just you, Sean?
We both have an open marriage, but she is in the middle of her transition and isn't acting on it, as far as I know.
However, the couple is still together, hoping to work things out despite the disagreements they've faced ever since their relationship started. But while Aaliyah and Sean had a messy journey of their own, this next relationship made history as the show's first throuple, and they came up with plans after their wedding that no one would have expected. Amani and Matt made their debut in season 11 of 90 Day Fiancé as a married couple of 10 years with children. Soon after, they met 37-year-old Ani, who works as a stripper in Mexico.
Matt is my boyfriend and Amani is my girlfriend. I working in the strip club in Tijuana.
From the start, Matt and Amani's relationship came across as unconventional and seemingly lacking respect for their marriage and family. And the throuple's relationship rarely gave the impression of being genuine, with fans pointing out the dynamics between the three of them just aren't giving madly in love. While another added, Amani and Matt do not have a good marriage, but they're too self-important to admit that. But as the throuple continues to navigate their relationship, they eventually came up with a plan to bring Ani to the United States.
Only option is to get legally divorced so that one of us can apply for the K-1 visa and bring her to the US.
But while they were still planning their divorce, things took an unexpected turn when Ani's ex-boyfriend showed up to meet with Matt and Amani, revealing details about Ani's real identity.
Annie, you know, it's Brenda.
What?
Brenda.
Her name is Brenda?
And when Ani arrived, it quickly escalated into a heated confrontation.
Era cosa que yo quería hablar con
It doesn't
ellos.
matter, you could have just told us, hey, my real name is this, but I'd like to be called Ani. At some point, you know, I think that was worth mentioning.
My real name is Brenda Anaí.
But despite the argument, they eventually worked things out and went through with their planned divorce. And fans weren't exactly impressed, with one saying, "Matt was an absolute dumb shit for divorcing her," and another added, can't believe they actually did it. That has got to be one of the top 5 stupidest things I've seen someone from 90 Day do. And the divorce left Ani with a choice of who she wanted to marry. And in the end, she chose Matt over Amani, a decision that left Amani devastated.
I wanted to know that answer to that question for so long, and now that I know it, I wish I didn't know.
This ultimately caused tension to grow between Amani and Ani, with their interactions becoming increasingly strained, filled with toxic arguments.
Hey.
At least I have some stuff. When I was poor, I never danced for money. I'd rather be homeless than to do that.
And Amani's jealousy.
He obviously wants to be part of your life. Not me. That's the problem.
The throuple kept running into more problems, especially for Amani, who felt like the third wheel, even admitting that Matt and Ani would have sex together without her. But the drama didn't stop with the relationship, as Amani later got into a rivalry with fellow cast member Shakina.
You're so annoying and you're so fake, and I'm tired of it. Oh my god.
And even released a diss track called Shrek-ina, which fans called embarrassing and cringy. But even though the throuple continues to deal with problems while planning Matt and Ani's wedding, they still appear to be together as viewers await what happens next. But while Matt, Amani, and Ani continue to be a messy throuple, this next couple's story took a much more tragic turn. Jason and Cassia first appeared on season 2 of the show, where they met through Facebook and got married in Florida, but staged a wedding in Las Vegas for the show in one of their episodes together. However, despite the seemingly fabulous wedding, their relationship quickly took a turn when Jason was arrested for domestic abuse 3 days after they got married. Cassia describes her time with him, saying, "Jason was violent with his words, a controller and an abuser." But the charges were eventually dropped. And Jason didn't take the situation seriously, even joking about his mugshot by saying, "I knew I should have smiled. I look like the dude from Chicago Officer Peterson," which eventually led to Cassia divorcing him a year later, calling his actions very hurtful, and then accusing him of blaming her for his arrest, saying that, "Until today, he blames me for calling the police and he does not take responsibility for his violent act." But after their divorce, Cassia went on to find success, graduating from the University of South Florida, traveling across Europe, eventually earning Italian citizenship, and later marrying a man named Giuseppe Campagnone in September 2019. But unfortunately for Jason, things only got worse, as he passed away in 2021 at the age of 45 due to complications from COVID-19. And he wasn't remembered in a good way by fans of the show, with some saying, "It's sad that he died. He was also an extremist asshole in real life and on social media. And he died unloved. What a waste of life." But while Jason and Cassia went on their separate ways, the next couple ended up in a messy divorce with toxic turns. Eve and Mohammed first appeared on season 9 of 90 Day Fiancé after meeting online and bonding over their shared love for fitness. However, Eve's friends thought something was off about Mohammed and asked him some personal questions.
Have you ever been intimate with any other women? Like had sex with any other women? Have you ever watched porn?
But as Mohammed brushed off their questions, cultural differences between the couple began to surface, especially when he wanted Eve to convert to Islam. This didn't sit well with audiences, who criticized him, saying, "Forcing someone to dedicate themselves to a religion they have no interest in is a bad idea," and called him controlling. But the couple eventually worked things out and shared a heartfelt moment on their wedding day.
This ring, my king, I marry you and join my life to yours.
However, their sweet moment together didn't last long, as Mohammed was later caught cheating on Eve with another woman. He even went on and told his girlfriend about the account he set up without Eve's knowledge and how he's not willing to share, which eventually led to Mohammed confessing about what he did during one of the show's episodes after Eve discovered the text messages.
"I wanted to make that right. I texted these women. I told her, I am a married man. Please stop texting me anymore. I know I did wrong.
But soon after this incident, Mohammed went on to file a police report accusing Eve of domestic abuse, claiming she tried to grab the phone from him and sat on top of him with her knee to his throat. But Eve denied these allegations and said the domestic abuse allegations are completely false and just a ploy to keep him in the US. She eventually filed for divorce from Mohammed in September 2022, just months after their marriage. And while Eve and Mohammed's marriage ended in a messy divorce, the next couple's story is far more heartbreaking. Robert appeared on season 7 of the show as a single father.
41. I have a son, and I'm just trying to chill, have a family, that's it.
And met his partner Annie through Facebook, proposing to her just 8 hours after they met. But their relationship got off to a rough start, especially when he disappointed her by taking her to a thrift store.
I use clothes.
It's still closed, it's in good condition, it's not damaged.
The couple received mixed reactions from fans, with some saying, "She needs to humble herself, she ain't it." And there's always one super annoying dude on each season, and this is that guy. But things escalated when Annie found old Facebook photos of Robert with his ex.
Don't give me no ultimatum. And what if I don't?
Keep it and go back with them.
Keep it and go back with them. It ain't like I'm just messing with other girls and those photos.
And the situation got crazier after his son's grandmother revealed to Annie what she did for a living.
I'm a porn star.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
Which left Annie grossed out.
Hated woman. She's a porn star. She's like, she's disgusting.
And not long after, Annie stirred up some controversy when she suggested going to a strip club with Robert. A move that had some fans calling her out for her hypocrisy, saying she criticizes a porn star for not having morals but wants to go to the strip club. But despite the couple's messy start, they eventually tied the knot, with Annie embracing Robert's son as her own. The couple later welcomed their first child together in July 2020. A sweet moment that warmed fans' hearts, with some saying, "I used to absolutely hate Robert, but they seem to truly love each other." And those two have come a very long way since the days of Robert taking Annie to the thrift store. And soon they welcomed their second child in September 2021. But just 7 months later, things took a tragic turn when Annie shared a heartbreaking post on Instagram, revealing that their baby boy had passed away, writing, "Today was one of the worst days of my life. Never in my life was I prepared to bury my son, but it's not goodbye. Someday, I'll see you again." But despite everything, Robert and Annie kept moving forward, eventually welcoming their third baby in November 2024. And while Annie and Robert were one of the few 90-day couples to build a genuine family, the next couple entered an open marriage that did not end well. Jasmine and Gino first made their debut on season 5 of Before the 90 Days and got to know each other online during the pandemic, which led to Gino to fly to Panama to meet Jasmine in person. While their relationship looked almost perfect, things got messy real quick after Jasmine caught Gino sharing her nude images online without her knowledge.
Explain this to me because this is just a screenshot and I have never sent these nudes to anyone but just to you. Trust that on you to send you those pictures, you know? I will never be able to trust on you ever.
And the situation only escalated after that incident.
Guys? I'm gonna kill this all damn the president.
Stop.
How you dare I trusted on you?
However, the couple later worked things out and got engaged, but argued again over prenuptial agreements.
And we're gonna
So
last
why do you
forever.
need a prenup?
Because in case something happens
Do you
outside of
listen
our...
how stupid you sound?
And despite everything, the couple eventually got married 3 years later. But things only went downhill from there, with the couple getting into more arguments.
What is the status of your marriage today?
It's very bad. I don't feel love. I don't. It's all about what Gino wants. Even the small things like my schedule, at what time I want to go to the gym, money.
And ultimately, they settled on an open marriage.
And I sit and come to an agreement for the parameters in our own open marriage for you and me.
But it didn't go as planned, especially after Jasmine got pregnant with a guy named Matt Brannis. And when a fellow cast member called her out, things quickly escalated.
No!
What?
Please, Jasmine.
What, Jasmine?
Okay, guys.
It's okay. It's okay. No, no, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I got it. No, no, it's okay. It's okay. No, it's okay.
What the is wrong with him? Say it in my face.
I just did.
As their marriage continues to fall apart, Gino is thinking about divorce, while Jasmine is living with Matt and raising their child together. And while Jasmine and Gino's shaky marriage continues to unfold, the next couple's situation took a disturbingly violent turn. Larissa and Colt have been one of 90 Day Fiancé's most controversial couples, as they first appeared on season 6 of the show, getting engaged and later married in June 2018. And since then, their marriage has been filled with a lot of drama, including the time Larissa demanded a large amount of money from Colt.
I want $1 million from Colt, but it's better 200 than nothing.
And their constant arguing became a major part of their story, with fights breaking out over everything.
I'm tired of your blah, 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 too. Why don't you be a little more patient?
Patient?
You're mad, you're upset. This is the type of talking about earlier.
You don't give compliments because you talk to the woman, you give her attention.
It even got so intense that Larissa ended up clashing with Colt's cousin.
Say now.
Half of my rent. Oh, no, not now, not now. I say forever. She can come over to my house.
But things quickly got out of hand when a heated argument between them escalated into physical abuse, and Colt ended up with visible facial injuries, leading to Larissa's arrest in January 2019 as a result of the incident. Following this intense fallout, Colt filed for divorce, officially bringing an end to their marriage after just 7 months together. But a year after their divorce, Colt returned to the show on Happily Ever After with a new girlfriend, Jess Caroline, and their relationship quickly showed signs of the same toxicity as his time with Larissa.
What?
Go, look at this.
I can't read it.
Vai!
Wait, what are you talking about?
Vanessa, talk, you still friends. You talk every day.
I don't talk every
day. You're crazy.
But things got worse when Jess exposed Colt in an Instagram story that says, "He posted my nudes, sent them to his friends, and made me lose my job." Viewers who have been watching since day one reacted strongly, with some saying Colt was pretty abusive and a master manipulator from the experiences with Larissa, and others calling him an evil piece of shit sociopath, as abusive as it gets. And as Colt returned once again to film for 90 Day Fiancé, he got into a serious accident in December 2022 that resulted in a dislocated and broken leg. The injury was so severe that he had to undergo a total of 5 surgeries to repair the damage. But years later, he was rushed to the hospital again during one of the show's episodes.
Are you okay, bro?
No, that's the leg I broke. You can't move it.
As for Larissa, she went on to date a man named Eric, but ended the relationship just a few months later, and was ultimately fired from TLC after it was revealed that she appeared on an adult webcam show. But because of her reality TV fame, she was invited to take part in season 2 of House of Villains, where she only had a small appearance.
My name is Larissa. I'm from 90 Day Fiancé. Hi, New York. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Then later returned to reality TV once again, this time appearing on Plastic Surgery Rewind. Larissa and Colt's relationship was full of drama, but while both have moved on to new chapters, their story remains one of 90 Day Fiancé's most controversial married couples.